All right, so we got some breaking news that we're going to share with you guys from our Heart of the Culture news team. We put together a story as this takeoff situation is developing. So I'm going to pass it over to my newsman, and we're going to share the story with you guys. Thanks for checking in and watching Heart of the Culture podcast. This is just sad news. It's continuing to develop.
Seen walking through a shopping center in Houston, Texas, alongside a lump sum of 50 individuals that were all friends and acquaintances of Jay Prince Jr. Inside of the shopping center is a bowling alley called 810 Billiards in Bowling, Houston. Now, there was up to 50 people at this location, seen standing in a circle with 4 to 6 people taking turns playing each other in games of dice for cash. Reports state that Migos rapper Quavo was one of the 50 men standing around watching people play dice and even playing dice himself, but that has been later confirmed to be false. Quavo was just watching people play dice. Now, while watching, a man then walks up to Quavo. This mystery man starts calling Quavo names. This then led into the man mocking the way Quavo played during a celebrity basketball game just a few weeks prior. Quavo is then seen arguing back and forth with this individual, where Quavo is seen saying, "Man, I don't care about no basketball game." Now, while Quavo and this other man are arguing back and forth, another individual then comes up to them and stands beside Takeoff. This man is seen wearing a yellow sweater, and he's just standing there right beside Quavo and Takeoff. This man was watching them argue with his hands inside of his yellow sweater pocket. As the new camera footage then reveals that when Quavo started walking away from the man he was arguing with, the man then starts swinging at Quavo. This caused Takeoff to step towards Quavo for backup. Then the man in the yellow sweater is seen pulling a firearm from out of his hoodie, and then all you hear in the video is a firearm being used. Now, I also want to mention quickly, earlier on in that night, at the after party, Quavo was seen giving this individual with the yellow sweater a very ugly look. Now, that is something to remember. So the man recording started sprinting away. With the sounds of firearms being used, the 50 lump sum of people then started sprinting away, ducking for cover, hopping over benches and chairs, sprinting out of the mall as fast as everyone could. Meanwhile, sadly, Takeoff is then seen laying on the floor of the mall with Quavo standing right by his side. At this time, Quavo is trying anything possible to get him help, yelling for help, where luckily a nearby nurse was able to run by and help Quavo during that situation. Now, sources mention that this is Quavo's fault. It really isn't. It all started from the individual that approached Quavo about a meaningless basketball celebrity game. Now, eyewitnesses say that Takeoff was affected by 2 strays as he was just standing there minding his own business. Also, while this all went down and everybody ran out of the mall, Quavo stood his ground and stood beside Takeoff the entire time. He didn't flinch or even think about leaving him. Now, police quickly arrived to the scene. They cleared the area and tried everything to help Takeoff, but sadly, as announced by the nurse that arrived to the scene almost instantly, it was already too late. Now, Quavo's perspective of the incident definitely reveals a new side of how he passed, but it also revealed who the other man with the firearm was. Now, as mentioned earlier, there is 2 people that used firearms, and now the next one has been confirmed to be from Takeoff and Quavo's side. Now, the first individual that used the firearm was obviously the man in the yellow hoodie that I shared earlier. Here's what I found after hours of research on the second man with the firearm. Now, the entire day for Halloween, Takeoff and Quavo were